So let's recap a couple things. Number one, the open case. Talk about the Tesla. Okay, according to the textbook, which is correct, but not 100% right. Okay, Elon Musk make a lot of money because he is ethical, try to do what? Reusable, clean energy, battery, and the solar power, etc., and electric car. Okay, reduce the emission of carbon dioxide. That's all correct. Just because you want to do solar panel, just because you want to do battery, could you be the richest person on earth? No, no. So what make him the richest person on earth? Tesla stock price shoot to the roof 700 times in 1 year. Correct? I mentioned it. Okay, so you have 20 billion, 700 times, okay, then you be what, 140 billion. Okay, his current worth according to estimates $185 billion. 7 times, move very fast, bypass so many people. How can you get the Tesla's price, stock price, 700 times higher? Okay, there are a lot of problems, a lot of issues, a lot of explanations. Okay, Tesla, no doubt about it, they have one of the best product in terms of what? Pilotless, okay, pilotless car. You don't need people, you know, you set up everything, they can go by itself, and power, electric, okay, car. They say if you have a Tesla, all you have to do is change tire. No oil change, blah, blah, blah. But what's the problem with Tesla? Two things. Number one, too expensive. Okay, you want to buy a Tesla, 80, 100,000, 80,000, 100,000, 70,000, minimum 50,000. Very expensive. Second thing is what? They're probably manufacturing the car. Supply cannot meet the demand. You want to order a Tesla. They say, sorry, sir, we have back order. You have to wait a year. Rich people don't do that. Give me a break, 1 year. I'm going to for BMW. Forget about this stupid Tesla, right? So if he really want to boost his best product, is what? Make the car faster. Make the car more affordable. So the Tesla, the model in third generation, you know how economical? 35,000. Okay, and to speed up, you really have to create a manufacturing, tease out the problems, and test everything to really make the mass production. It's not easy. Okay, yes, they moved to Texas. Okay, they are going to relocate, have a big Tesla assembling line in Texas. But from talking to really get the car out, it's going to take forever. Okay, and last year, okay, is the year Donald Trump declared a war against China. Okay, so a lot of companies are forced to move back to USA because American number one. American job one. So a lot of companies, what? Coming back. Nobody will go to China because you have tax issue, you have this issue, that issue. The administration last year, okay, totally against you to go to China. Okay, so everyone is withdraw, coming back. Guess what? Elon Musk, he has a reverse psychology. Everyone leave China, I go to China. So he went to China, says, hey, I want to make car in China. Chinese government say, oh, sure. Okay, because all the US big companies are moving out, coming in. So they give him the best deal. the land, the resources, the supply chain, the tax break, everything. And China is one of the few countries can help them build a manufacturer less than half year. They can what? Thousands of cars out in no time. Okay, so they can meet the demand. Okay, in the past, okay, and people ordered a car, they couldn't get it. Now you order a car, you get it. Okay, and so what? Suddenly change everything. So my point is, I'm not anti-Trump. I want you to know sometimes reverse psychology, sometimes certain guts. People go to this way, you go the other way. That's probably the best way to do your business. Okay, and that's just my personal opinion. Okay, I want to mention that with you. And after we talk about the Elon Musk, about Tesla, I talk about the Jeff Bezos, because what? Jeff was the one people still argue he's still the richest person. Elon Musk had $185 billion, and some people estimate, okay, Jeff's revenue is 177 billion, so that's apparently 8 billion less. But certain sources estimate because the pandemic, okay, people do more delivery and everything. Amazon is doing a lot better. His assets supposed to be 195 billion, so he's $10 billion more than Elon Musk. So Jeff just retired in February. What's the reason he retired? Anyone remember? I told you last time. He thinks he's tired. He wants to do something different. He wants to do something with his passion, with his interest. So, what does he really want to do? Number one, space industry. He always wanted to tell people to moon, tell people to Mars. Okay, so it's about time to fulfill his dream. So he wants to what? Spend more of his energy, okay, in the space industry. Okay, rocket and satellites and all kind of things. Try to innovate it. Try to manage how can he take people to Mars or somewhere. You want to go to space, have a vacation for 2 weeks or whatever. He tried to move into that area. Also, he is a big environmentalist. Okay, he has Bezos Environmental Fund. This is a charity fund. He wants to spend more money, billions of dollars, helping preventing the global warmth. Okay, and the last one, he will spend more time in Washington Post. Of course, he didn't say something specifically about why, but I want you folks to know, okay, for the past several years, everyone worry and concerned about what? Fake news, fake news. Journalism, professionalism disappear. CNN make fake news, Wall Street make fake news, Washington Post make fake news. Is that really fake news or not fake news, etc., etc.? So Jeff Bezos tried to what? Do something, okay, started from Washington Post, rebuild people's confidence about the news. It's pretty sad. Everything you read, you don't even know it's real, it's fake. Of course, you will do your best judgment, but I think certain professionalism and accountability should be brought back. Okay, so anyway, I mentioned some of these stuff. I think these are the common sense, but these are important things I want you to know. Then I talk about this Joe Paterno's case. Okay, Paterno is this football coach, coaching a school. Which school? Anyone remember? Please use the chat to type in. Which school?
It was Penn State.
Penn State. Who said that? I didn't see you. Let me see. Who just told me that? Okay, Jaren, Brazil, okay. Yes, Penn State, okay. So he already told you the answer, so you don't have to type in through the chat, okay? Yes, Penn State. So 45 years coaching. I told you every year, how many football games? Normally 10. Sometimes if you have what, Fiesta ball, cotton ball, whatever, you may have 12. You play 1 or 2 ball games. Sometimes maybe 9, okay? 45 years, how many games? 450 to 500. How many games he win? 409. That's amazing, huh, folks? 400 to 500 football game. 80% winning. Oh, that's a damn good record, okay? And he was still coaching at the age of 86. Donated a lot of money. Super coach, winning coach, hero. And he got fired. And he dropped dead in the same year. Why he got fired? Ethical issue. Sadowski, his right-hand side defense coach, molest children, get caught. Instead of sending them to the authority, he said, bad boy, retire. Did not prosecute, do not pursuing any legal actions against the wrongdoing of Sadowski. So after the retirement, Sadowski still was able to use the Penn State football team gyms, still molest kids there. So caused a huge damage to the community. More kids got molested. Penn State got lawsuit, several $billion. Okay, so everything screwed up. So Attorney General wanted to prosecute senior officers and what? And the coach. Okay, so for these kind of things, I want you to know, no matter how successful you are, whenever it's faced to the ethic issue, especially sexual harassment, children molest, okay, do not tolerate, okay? You have to report, okay? Oh, he's a good guy. Oh, let's just keep it quiet. No, you cannot do that. So someone like Joe Paterno still have to what? Get fired, humiliated, okay? Refuse to what? Accept the cancer treatment. And I also mentioned the Penn State president, right? 16 years president, started at 47, youngest president in Penn State's history. So successful. Brought the university to the next level. What's the consequences? 4 months prison time. Okay, and that's final. Okay, last year, 2020, it's final. Okay, he said, oh, I don't know anything. Senior vice president and ethics director. Okay, they didn't report it to me. Guess what? FBI. And do all his delete email and find out what he knew about it. So that's what? That's fraud. Cheating under the oath. So for 4 months. Okay, so this is very, very important stuff. So I started, talking about the ethics, and since we mentioned the 2 billionaire richest person, so I also give you some comments and share some of my viewpoint, okay, about environment, about ethics, about different things, about reverse psychology. Okay, sometimes everyone going to this direction, you should consider the other direction. After that, we talk about nature of ethics. Okay, 3 things. First one, ethic dilemma. CM Fox, do you remember what is ethic dilemma?
So it's basically when you have like a couple of options and neither of them are like perfect, and so you have to sort of pick of the not good option.
Yes. Sometimes they call ethic paradox or ethic dilemma. Ethic stuff is difficult. You do this way, people criticize you. You do it that way, people criticize you. Yes, no, or don't do it, or whatever choice, always wrong to a certain extent because people have different perspective. That's called ethic dilemma. It's a popular term, everyone has to know. Okay? Then we compare ethics and law. What are the major difference between ethics and law?
So ethics are basically rules that society agreed on, and laws are formalized by institutions.
Yes. Ethics, people agree in the mind, socialized, unofficial, but what? People agree in the society, in the environment, in the community. Law is what? Formally approved by officials. You screwed up the law, they put you in prison. They put you $50, $3,000 fine. Okay? But doesn't mean law is above ethics. Sometimes ethics can be more severe. Okay? If you violate certain ethic code or code of conduct, nobody in the entire community talk to you. That could be even worse than the prison time. Okay? But they are different. One is more formal, one is informal. Okay, so that's the second nature. Okay, it's different from the law, but it's overlap with the law. Sometimes can be more damage to you compared to the law. Then the third thing we talk about the nature of ethics is what? It's changing all the time. Okay, I told you folks, marijuana, the law has been changing a lot. In addition to 100% forbidden, now they have what? Medical use, like Arkansas. They have what? Recreation use, California, Oregon, Colorado. Okay, you can buy recreational use of marijuana. Everything is involved. Gay, 20 years ago, that's a bad thing. It's evil. God create people, not supposed to be gay. But guess what? Gay marriage, and a lot of things. So the overall ethics issue is what? Evolving. Okay. Then we talk about the stakeholders and the stockholders. Could you use the chat to give me a list of 3 stakeholders? Who are the stakeholders? The bottom, you see the chat, you click it, then you can type. Oh, I got more people coming in, that's great. Okay, so customer, stockholder, manager, employees, okay, I got a lot of stuff. Then most important one is what? Supply chain, suppliers, and the distributors, right? And who else? Community and the government, okay? So we have all these other stakeholders. And I told you to take the test, standard test, law or GMAT. Don't read the question too fast. They like to ask you stakeholder, but don't read the stakeholder as a stockholder. Okay, so stakeholder is someone has an interest in the company, not someone owns a share of the company. It's totally different. Okay, so in the test, chapter test, and the exams, and the chapter quizzes, please be careful about the stakeholder. Don't read it too fast, okay? That's significantly broader than the stockholder, okay? So last thing we talk about is there are 4 different rules to make ethical decision making. Utilitarian rule, moral right rule, justice rule, and the practical rule. Utilitarian rule, what is it? Can someone speak up or type it into the...
Whatever does the greatest good for the most people.
Yes. You always, Joe, okay. You always want to what? You always want to maximize your good deed, okay? So if you have a choice, 20 people, 50 people, you do 50 people, okay? You always try to maximize your good deed. What is the practical rule? What is practical? Let me see. Oh, I have a bread. You don't show up, Okay, what is practical rule? Want to try?
It's the most acceptable rule.
Yes, most acceptable. Okay, remember I told you folks last time as example, people want to take care of the doorman in the hotel because in the summer too hot, use a different fabric. Okay, he resists. But if the color is stupid, people dress it like a monkey. They don't want to wear it. It's not practical because what? People resist. If you put it very handsome, look like a soldier, look like a good gentleman, people like it, it's practical. Because what? They accept it. They wear that as an honor. So you want to try different ways to practice your ethics, more practical. Don't think, oh, I'm the boss, I'm taking care of you. Why are you so picky? No. Empathy. If you really want to do something nice, you also have to be practical. What people use as a way to think about it, reverse psychology, would they appreciate that? Would they feel comfortable doing, accepting it? Okay, so that's a practical rule. Okay, and these two, utilitarian rule and the practical rule, are the two important ones. You always try to take care of more people. You always take away least resistance, more acceptance. Okay, and today we're going to also talk about the sources of ethics. Okay, ethics have coming from different sources. And let's take a look. The first one is, we go up a little bit. The first one is a societal. Okay. No, one more up, I think. Yes, this one. No? Wrong direction. Okay. Societal ethics. Okay, 4 ethics coming from 4 different sources. Societal means what? Society. People are socialized. Okay, and that's impact your behavior, ethics, behavior. Second one, occupational. What is occupational? It's not company.
What behavior would be ethical for your profession?
Your profession. Thank you, Nicholas. Yes. What is a profession? You are a lawyer. You are a doctor. You are a physician. You are an accountant. You are a financial planner. Every profession has what? A professional ethics. So if you become a physician, in addition to regular ethics, you have to what? Be influenced by your professional, occupational ethics code. Okay? You are a doctor. HIPAA rule. Okay? You cannot discuss your patient's health condition with other people. Okay? If this patient's wife want to find out, or the children want to find out certain detail about the test result, the patient has to sign an agreement, right? Because they are very, very strict about what? Confidentiality. Okay, so all the occupation have different things to practice, to be aware of, so they will affect your ethics behavior. Of course, every individual have what? Your ethics code. You brought up this way, you brought up that way, and your neighbor, your next door, your friend, your co-worker, individual ethics also what? Affecting each other. The last one is organizational ethics. That's another source. You work for a different company, different ethics code. Wall Street Journal have their own code of conduct. Washington Post have their own code of conduct. New York Times code of conduct is different. You work at Walmart, you have certain code of conduct. Okay, no gifts, no cheating. 2 years ago, I took student to Cersei, Walmart Regional Distribution Center, DC Distribution Center, for a tour, so they can see the logistics, okay, everything, how they organize. Billions of dollars goods circulate every year in the warehouse. After we left, I brought 4 t-shirts, okay, UCA Marketing and Management Department t-shirt. I want to give it to manager. She says, wow, sorry, sir, we are not allowed to take any gift from the guest. Showing you the distribution center is part of our job. We want to recruit more good students from UCA, okay? But we are not allowed to accept t-shirt from people. That's organizational ethics. So you work for a company, your organization will have certain code of conduct. That's also another source of affecting you. Okay, so I want you to know that. Then after that, we have a very interesting case talking about the diamond's social responsibility. Okay, actually this is talking about the Tiffany's case. Tiffany is a very famous jeweler in New York. They sell a lot of fashion design, diamonds and the gold and different things. Okay, and then they have their own mine, diamond mine in South Africa. Okay, to practice this in a third world country. Okay, now they have this kind of IRMA rule. Okay, first of all, choosing location, we really have to do environmental study to make sure, and the habitat loss, okay, do we have to chop down a lot of trees? Do we have to pollute a lot of things? Do we have to use water to wash a lot of things? And also, do we have to chase a lot of people to moving out of the area? Okay, a very thorough environmental assessment study and the consensus from the local people are crucial. Then once we open the site, health and the safety provisions, okay, these people go down to the mine, digging something for you. Do they inhale poison air? Okay, are they safe? Have their head been protected? Okay, etc., etc. Safety and health. Okay, would they have some occupational disease if they work in the mine for 20 years? Were their lung corrupted? Something like that. Okay, the last one is what? Transparent in revenue and governance. Okay, if the company makes a lot of money, you have to do some sharing or something. So in the third world country, okay, we have what? These RRMA. In the US, we should also have that. I didn't have time to do a research. I don't know those coal mine or the shale oil, okay, in Texas, in another state, Oklahoma, do they go through this process, okay? People criticizing, okay, the shale oil. If you want to get the shale oil, you have to use a lot of hot water and the pressure and different technology. You're going to damage the environment, okay? And is that safe for the employees? And do they share the profit with different things? I don't know. I didn't have time to do the research. But I think this case, even a third world country, give us some hint. So in the future, if you are engaged in certain business, okay, with the mining or with something, you have to remember, oh, professor, give me some ideas. This Tiffany, okay, in South Africa, they have to do this stuff to be socially responsible, okay? And I didn't criticize because I don't have any factual study about facts about the shale oil, but I just mentioned that. Okay, so this is a very interesting case. Another very interesting case, they're gonna talk about this company, okay, called Accenture, okay? This is a very big Fortune 500 consulting firm, not in US, in Dublin, Ireland, with revenue 43.2 billion. That's a lot of things. Larger than McDonald's. Okay, they have 500,000 people, 492,000 in 122 countries. Okay, and how to, and how do they get that? Okay, they grow customer, okay, expectations, okay. They try to understand and better understand the customer. They provide iCloud, okay. They do a lot of marketing AI, okay. They help customer to do a self-optimization system. So ethics in this company is very important. And they use what? Chatbot, okay, to provide the employee with ethical guidance. So the first time I say chatbot, I try to find out what that is. I check the dictionary. Sorry, no such words. It's a new word, just happened for a couple years. What is chatbot? Okay, and I find out I have some story to discuss and with you. That's increase your common sense. What is a chatbot? Chatbot is a social media. It's a conversational agent. It's known as a conversational agent. Okay, and of course there are definitions, but if I tell you this, do you use Apple Siri? Yes. Okay, conversational? Yes. You can tell Siri you want to know the temperature, you want to ask Siri who win the Super Bowl, okay? You want to ask her a lot of things. AI, database, and what? Tool interaction, okay? So very interesting, right? And some of you probably heard about Alexa, right? That's the Amazon stuff. Alexa, turn the music down. Alexa, turn my hi-fi on. Alexa, turn the lights off. That's Alexa, okay? And the Google Assist, Google Now, etc., etc. Okay, these things is very high-tech, super profitable things we call chatbot. Chat means chat, talk. Okay, bot is what? Device. Okay, and I want to do a short game. Okay, I want to give you a poll. Okay, please choose which of the following chatbot do you use regularly. You may use Apple Siri, you may use Amazon Alexa, you may use 2 or 3 different things. Okay, and you may use Samsung. You may not use any of this stupid stuff. That's possible. Multiple choice. Okay, you can choose the one you really like, or you like 2 of them. Okay, I think that's it, right? So I will post the result to share with you. Okay, what's number 1? Apple Siri. Why Apple Siri is number 1? Because 80–90% of you use what? iPhone. Okay, you don't use the Android, so you don't use Google Assist. Okay, you don't use Samsung, so you don't use what? Bixby or related. I never even know what is Bixby. I don't know. Okay, so the first thing you have to know is what? 2 most popular cell phone platform. One is OS or Apple. Okay, and if you use the cell phone, you use what? Siri, Apple. You use Android, then you use what? Google Assist, or use what? Samsung, because Samsung is doing what? The Android system. Okay, how about Amazon Alexa? Why it's so popular? Almost number 2, but we don't even have what? We don't even have iPhone manufactured by the Amazon. then how can they have the second popular Alexa? Anyone want to guess why? They use their bookstore system, sell a lot of little device called Echo. The cheapest one, 49, or sometimes on sale, you can get it what? 29 or 20. Those little stuff. You can say, hi Alexa, play music. Hi Alexa, turn the lights off. You can use those little echo to what? Connect different things. They sold billions of what? Echoes. Okay, so I went to my daughter's place. Every room has an echo. Okay, you go to a room, you say something, that entire room is controlled by what? That single echo. Okay, and go to the living room. Okay, Alexa, what's the current temperature? Alexa, play some music. Alexa, turn off the TV. Alexa, turn down the TV. I'm on the phone. So they sell a lot of device. They don't have cell phone, but they have the device. Okay, so I just want you to know, we learned about this company case. Okay, you should also know what is chatbot now. Okay, and so okay, these are the major ones. Okay, how come the Cortana is not very famous? Because whenever you folks doing the PC, less likely for you to turn on what? The video, okay, or the audio. You don't turn on the speaker. You don't listen to music, okay? We have a tendency to use what? Cell phone or use Echo, the small device. So this company, I came to Texas. I forgot to bring my mouse. So sometimes the notebook without a mouse, it's a little bit difficult. So this company, okay, very, very big company called Essential, okay, they use what? A chat box system. So to guide their employees' ethics, okay, so they put a lot of things into the ethics. And this company, as well as a lot of other companies, okay, you know the iCloud is in big competition. AI, iCloud, okay? So for instance, who do this chatbot for the Accenture? I don't know, okay? Could be what? Amazon, could be what? Microsoft, could be Google, okay? So iCloud is getting more and more competition, and in what? Small size, middle size information system, including the chat bot, okay? And talking about approach about social responsibility in the textbook, 4 different approach: obstructionist, defensive approach, commendation approach, proactive approach. Obstructionist approach means what? You don't believe it, you try to object to it. So you do something to save money. Even if it's unethical, nobody knows, try to hide from people. Defensive, you try to do minimum stuff, or you try to be doing the gray area, you defense it. Oh, I didn't do it, we are fine, we didn't violate something, but you tried all the possible ways to avoid ethics code and avoid social responsibility, because your goal is what? Maximize your profit. You want to make sure you get more money for your company. Accommodative is what? Oh, we have to comply to that, so employee will be happier, etc., etc. So this is what? The mid-value or compromise kind of approach. Proactive approach, of course, that's the most important and the most good one. You do ethical, you do social responsibility. Yes, cost us more money, but God, guess what? More revenue coming in, more customer coming in. So for the long run, it's a win-win deal, okay? So we have 4 different approach, okay? Of course, it's all self-explanatory, and in the chapter quizzes, you will be asked one of these 4, okay? That's for sure, okay? Then this is a very short case talking about management globally. Protecting home-based workers. I'm not talking about the home-based workers in the USA. I'm not talking about home-based workers because of pandemic. I'm talking about home-based workers in a third world country. In a lot of third world country, they do fabric, they do clothes, they do different things because what? Labor is cheap. But sometimes the company want to what? Save even more money. Instead of have the people go to the manufacturer to do the work, they bring the work, the clothes, sewing part or button or something to the home. Then you take a look at the left-hand side. Oh, wait a minute. Did you see? Yeah, you can see it, right? Okay. You work at home, part-time, no base, paid by what? Pieces. You do 20 pieces, you do 50 pieces today, then we pay you by that. Of course, no benefit. Okay? That saves company even more money, right? You have people come to the manufacturing, you have to what? Have land, equipment. Now you don't. I lend you money, you buy a sewing machine, you can sew, okay? And cost the company even less money. What's the potential problem? Physical dangers, because sometimes pollution or some material could be hazard. Safety, of course, okay? The sewing machine can be run very fast, okay? You may or may not have the first aid kit. Gender biased. Guys still want to go out to work. Most of the people work at the house is what? Female. And what? Children. Okay? Environmental concern. Okay, so sometimes they have some of that. So these kind of things are what? Worse than a company manufacturer. They bring everything to the home. And how to solve the problem. Big company like Walmart, okay? I told you folks last time, they send the audit team to audit your company, okay? That's a large scale, but we are talking about small company. These manufacturers, they don't even have money to buy a piece of land to build up a manufacturer. So they what? They get the work, then they bring to the house, to the home. So these are the little guys. So someone like what? Target, certain companies, they are not superly huge. They hire this organization called Nest to audit for them. Then they put what? The Nest logo on the product. Okay? And the Nest logo will cover these 6 major areas I listed in the handout. You can take a look. Working right, workers' right, okay, business record, child labor is forbidden, okay, and the fair compensation, working health, and the safety issue, okay. So certain company, okay, not as big as Walmart or huge company, smaller size, they hire this, and so next they will do the auditing, evaluating, then put what? Put the logo, put the sticker on the product, okay? So that's something I want you to know. Supply chain, ethical issue, how to ensure the land. That's very, very important. Okay, section 5, the last section. Approach about social responsibility. Why we want to be socially responsible. The textbook gives you 6 different reasons, okay? But I think the bottom line is what? Money. Okay, you can do a lot of things that are ethical, squeeze some money, save some money in the labor cost, in different costs, material costs. Or you can be socially responsible, cost you more money to be socially responsible, the standard, the quality, you pay employee more money. But because of your social responsibility, company get more recognition, more reputation, more business, okay? So it's a win-win case. Yes, you invest a little bit in social responsibility, but your profit increase significantly. You cut a lot of corner to minimize or object to the ethics on the social responsibility. People block your product. People not buying your stuff. Who is the loser? So you want a win-win or lose-lose. So of course, I didn't use some of these stuff because all that stuff together is one principle. Revenue and profit. You are socially responsible. Your business is going to be better. You're going to be better off. So that's very straightforward. Okay. And every company, you see the website, a lot of Fortune 500, European, especially European companies, they always have area talking about their social responsibility. Okay. And 2 or 3 categories. First one, employees. They want to emphasize how they treat their employees. Or sometimes what? They have the code of conduct for the supply chain employees. Anyone subcontract with us, they take care of the employee, they take care of people. So employee is a major section about social responsibility and ethics. Okay, I buy your good during the manufacturing process. Anyone gets suffer. That's important. We want to make sure this company is not using the slave labor. They pay people properly. No people die by working 50 years because of pollution or certain things. So employee, okay, including subcontract employee, that's number 1. Number 2, socially responsible is what? Customers. Your product safety, the paint on your furniture, do they have lead? That's going to be poison to people. People inhale, they're going to have problems. So all these kind of things. The next level, charity. You support a lot of disadvantaged people. That's always important. The last one, okay, I think time is up. I'll try to close, okay. The last one is what? Environment. Okay, you do good to your employee, to your customer. You also have to do good what? With your environment, so your next generation, your children, your grandchildren can what? Can benefit from it. Okay, and I think I don't have time. I brought up I suppose have one more thing to show you, but that's fine. My map, okay, how this chapter organized in the mind map. But our time is up because maybe talk a little bit too much about different cases. So this chapter, I also told you a lot of stories and what's going on in the business, what are the things you should consider and think about it. Ethical for the long run is good. It's more money. It's not less money. Cut the corner, save money, but for the long run, you lose revenue, you lose profit. Okay, so with that, there's a conclusion. Okay, I want you to have a nice weekend.